Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be explaining how I calculate people's average playtime per day, and also kind of discussing why I do that and responding to people who seem to not like the fact that I, show that stat and comment on it. So let's get into it. Alrighty, first of all, this video has been requested by a few different people. I never kind of planned on making a video like this, but I've had, every time I release a leaderboard summary video, I get so many comments and input based around this hours per day of playtime stat that I do. Mostly positive. Most people are thankful that I take the time to kind of look into it and provide them with that information. And then some people are like, oh, why do you say this person bots just because they play so much? And I'm going to kind of explain this. I've even had people say that I'm like guessing and I couldn't possibly know how I'm just guessing based on their Paragon. And it's like, no, I just go to their profile and I look up the numbers. Like, there's no opinion involved here. It's just me extrapolating numbers off someone's profile and then providing that information. There's no, but anyway, so for the people who don't know how to calculate someone's average playtime per day, this is kind of the steps you're gonna go through to do it. First, we're gonna go to this resource here. So what we can do is go up to your bar, type d3resource.com, and that's gonna bring up this site. This is a great site. I've linked it in a lot of different videos. Then you're going to want to go to Seasons Overview over here on the right. We're currently in Season 16 here on the right. So it started on January 18th. And for me, it was 7 p.m. So then I have another little tool that I go to, and I'll link this stuff in the video description. This is elapsedtimecalculator.com. So you type it in this format. It links it in quotations right here. That's how you're supposed to type it. So for me, the season started at 7 p.m. And you can see on my system clock down there on the bottom right, it's 6:59 p.m. It's almost exactly when the season started. So what I do is it's 7 p.m. now. The season started at 7 p.m. on January 18th. Now it's February 4th. You hit calculate elapsed time, and then you get this. 17 days. It's been exactly 17 days. So then what I do is minimize all this stuff, go back into game, and I'm just going to use myself for this example. But what you can do, so Shift L brings up leaderboards, and so like right here we see number 1 is Leviathan. I can click view profile, and now I have access to their profile, but I'm just going to use myself for this example. So you get to their profile, view profile. Then to calculate the average playtime, we're going to go under seasons. Make sure we're under season 16, summary. And then I've got a calculator here on my desk. And what I do is you can go through each class and it will show how long they've been in game on that class. It doesn't count menus or anything like that. So Barbarian, I usually round down. I don't include the minutes. So 2 hours plus 88. I wouldn't need a calculator for this one, obviously. But anyway, it's 90. And then remember earlier from our calculator that we used, it was exactly 17 days that the season's been. So we're going to take the combined playtime of all the heroes, 90 divided by 17. So for me, I'm playing 5.29 hours a day. And I play a lot, but not like some inordinate amount. I'm at 5.29 hours a day. Now, for the second part of what I wanted to talk about is, sometimes I get, there's a lot of positive people too who are like, hey, thanks for calling these people out that are, there's like a 99% probability they're cheating. And some people are like, hey, you shouldn't call people out. You don't know. Like, maybe they do just play that much. Okay, look. If somebody is playing 20 hours a day, for a sustained, like, weeks on end. Like, if you do it opening weekend or something, that's one thing. If you play 20 hours a day for, like, a month straight, like, this is an average. So that means you're averaging 20 hours a day. Like, it's not like you can play 20 hours a day and then take a day off. Like, no, that would drop your average down. So, like, I just don't believe that someone can average 20 hours a day of playtime and not be guilty of cheating. I just don't believe that. Like, and I don't think that's being unreasonable. I think that's a pretty reasonable take. I don't think that's like some hot take or like, you know, going off the wall, you know, with some crazy opinion. You know, I've had people comment on videos like, you know, oh, so-and-so at 19 and a half hours a day, like, they're legit, they stream all the time. And then I'll go to that person's stream and I'll see, you know, they've never streamed for more than like 10 to 12 hours in a day. It's like, show me the person on stream who is on webcam streaming themselves playing Diablo 3 for 20 hours a day for a month straight. Like, show me that person do that, and then I'll believe it can happen. But, you know, I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to continue to call people out who, when I check their average playtime, they're sitting at, like, 18, 19, and for sure 20 hours a day. Like, I'm sorry. I just don't believe you're legit. And maybe there's that 1 in 1,000 chance that that person is 100% legit, and they're just a superhuman who can sleep 3 hours a day and do nothing but play Diablo and not kill themselves from dehydration and lack of sleep. And, you know, maybe that person exists. But until I see it, until someone proves it on stream, on webcam, themselves playing 20 hours a day for a month straight, I'm sorry. I'm gonna think that this person is cheating when I see it. And honestly, you know, I don't really call people out unless it's obscene. Like, unless it's, you know, at least 18 hours a day. You know, if I see someone at 16 or 17 hours a day, I'm going to be like, yeah, you know, that's a little suspicious, but I'm not going to call them out on it. It's not until I see the crazy, you know, 19, 20 hours a day where I'm like, okay, like, this person, I'm sorry, but I think they're guilty of cheating. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm allowed to have an opinion. I'm allowed to feel that way. Just like someone commenting on my video. If you want to think that they're legit, if you want to believe that someone can play 20 hours a day for a month straight, that is totally fine. Do you, and believe that. That's cool. I have been playing this game since day one of release. And I've played with all the best players in the world, like in the America server, the people who have won seasons, and they usually play, the ones who go ridiculously hard play for like 12 hours a day. You know, I've never met someone in all my years of playing Diablo who I have witnessed be able to play 20 hours a day for a month straight. I've just never seen that. So until someone proves to me, like I said, that they're going to do it on webcam and stream it for a month straight, I'm sorry, I'm going to think these people are guilty. And I think that's a pretty well thought out, reasonable take. So yeah, you know, in conclusion, I wanted something that I could link to people when I talk about, you know, my, you know, playtime analysis and my leaderboard videos. And, you know, the whole playtime per day thing seems to be the hottest topic in my leaderboard videos that I do. But I think it's a cool stat. I think it's a stat that people have fun seeing and knowing what the top players, knowing how much they're playing per day. And this is something I can link to people when they have questions about how I calculate it, or they're upset about me calling people out who play 20 hours a day. So yeah, anyway, I hope you're having a great Season 16. If you have any questions, drop it down in the comments and I'll help you out. As always, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.